data. It's the now and also the future of yours and ours. Nowadays, what we need is usually just one click away with a mobile phone or computer. Data analysis is widely utilized in different industries. The collection, analysis, and application of big data has become an essential skill for the next generation. HKU's brand new big data-oriented programs. The programs are designed to keep up with global trends to nurture big data professionals. Nurturing talents with capabilities and passion for data science. To excel in the era of big data.
Big data can be used in different areas, such as analyzing road traffic situations, understanding the effects of vaccines and medicines for COVID-19 or other diseases.
The program is a combination of courses in data science, computing, mathematics, statistics, and law to equip students with solid foundation and practical skills. Graduates may pursue exciting career choices from the fastest growing job positions.
Big data and technology has brought upon new business models and transformed traditional businesses.
Graduates from the program will be well prepared with profound knowledge to perform big data analysis on consumer behavior and preference, quality control of products and services. They will also be able to formulate innovative business strategies and new development opportunities for different enterprises.
Digital technologies refers to the whole interface between humans and technology. This includes specific applications and tools that use machine learning, neural networks, and other forms of artificial intelligence, augmented in virtual reality, to expand our knowledge of humanity's subjects.
The program is the first of its kind in Asia. Due to the rapid development of the global economy and innovation technology, it is crucial to nurture talents with interdisciplinary knowledge in humanities and digital technologies, as well as transferable skills to be regional and global leaders.
Human data is extremely complex. We now have the technology to capture this data, and bioinformatics is about turning this data into useful information to improve lives.
The program cultivates problem-oriented thinking, allows students to understand and analyze biological big data in order to cater for different biomedical needs. It deepens our understanding of cancer and congenital disorders of unknown causes, and helps devise specific disease treatment and prevention plans. This can lead to more and more medical breakthroughs. Big data is more important than ever as it advances trends and technology that open doors to a new approach to understanding the world and making decisions. Join HKU if you aspire to be an expert in big data. Big data. It's the now and also the future of yours and ours. Nowadays, what we need is usually just one click away with a mobile phone or computer. Data analysis is widely utilized in different industries. The collection, analysis, and application of big data has become an essential skill for the next generation. HKU's brand new big data-oriented programs. The programs are designed to keep up with global trends to nurture big data professionals. Nurturing talents with capabilities and passion for data science. To excel in the era of big data.
Big data can be used in different areas, such as analyzing road traffic situations, understanding the effects of vaccines and medicines for COVID-19 or other diseases.
The program is a combination of courses in data science, computing, mathematics, statistics, and law to equip students with solid foundation and practical skills. Graduates may pursue exciting career choices from the fastest-growing job positions.
Big data and technology has brought upon new business models and transformed traditional businesses.
Graduates from the program will be well prepared with profound knowledge to perform big data analysis on consumer behavior and preference, quality control of products and services. They will also be able to formulate innovative business strategies and new development opportunities for different enterprises.
Digital technologies refers to the whole interface between humans and technology. This includes specific applications and tools that use machine learning, neural networks, and other forms of artificial intelligence, augmented and virtual reality, to expand our knowledge of humanity's subjects.
The program is the first of its kind in Asia. Due to the rapid development of the global economy and innovation technology, it is crucial to nurture talents with interdisciplinary knowledge in humanities and digital technologies, as well as transferable skills to be regional and global leaders.
Human data is extremely complex. We now have the technology to capture this data, and bioinformatics is about turning this data into useful information to improve lives.
The program cultivates problem-oriented thinking, allows students to understand and analyze biological big data in order to cater for different biomedical needs. It deepens our understanding of cancer and congenital disorders of unknown causes and helps devise specific disease treatment and prevention plans. This can lead to more and more medical breakthroughs. Big data is more important than ever as it advances trends and technology that open doors to a new approach to understanding the world and making decisions. Join HKU if you aspire to be an expert in big data.
information talk, and then we can have some question and answers period, and hopefully we can help you to have a better understanding of our BSc program. And here we mainly talk about the 6901 Bachelor of Science, okay? And our objective is to nurture young intellectual minds into global leaders, okay? To empower scientific intellectuals to formulate solutions to society changes, not necessarily to turn you into a very famous scientist, but in general, we try to empower scientific intellectuals to formulate solutions. How do you tackle a novel situation? Now, in your secondary education, very often you will have to memorize all the formulas without a understanding of the topic, probably. And then during the examination, all you have to do is to regurgitate all those things you memorize and, to compete with time and write out the answer. But at the university, we would like you to learn a little bit more in-depth, the concept, the logic, so that you can apply the knowledge and extend that to the future situations, because we have been confronted by many, many novel problems. Or if you will be working on the same problem every day, then you will be replaced by the artificial intelligence very, very soon. So you need to know how to apply the concept and extend to combat the novel situations. For example, COVID-19 pandemic is a novel epidemic, and nobody knows how to take care of that before that. So, which is quite difficult, and that's why we try to nurture you how to think critically and apply your logical skills in the real life situation. Okay, so first of all, let us talk about the University of Hong Kong. Even though we do not emphasize too much about university ranking, we okay, but still that's an index for your reference. Okay, there are two major world university rankings, namely the QS ranking as well as the THE, which is the Thames Higher Education World University Rankings. Okay, so for the QS ranking, we ranked number 4 in Asia in 2021, and which is the highest in Hong Kong. And we ranked number 22 worldwide, okay, in 2022. And we ranked number 9 in World Graduate Employability Rankings 2020. Okay, they came out at different times, so that's why sometimes I'm not presenting the years that favors our, which is the highest in these few years. But these rankings came out at different times, so I am presenting the latest findings. And for the THE, we ranked number 4 in Asia in 2021, and we ranked 30 in the World University Ranking 2022, and we ranked number 1 in the most international university in the world in 2021. So you will see a little bit about why we are such an internationalized university in Hong Kong. Okay, and for our faculty, we have a whole bunch of top-notch scholars. Okay, they have very high achievement, and they have gained a lot of very prestigious awards, like the Fellow of the European Academy of Sciences, and the award of the first class prize of the Natural Science Award from the Ministry of Education, China, and the L'Oreal UNESCO for Women in Science Award. That's our dean, Professor Yam. And we have the Fellow of American Mathematical Society from the United States, the Ludwig Moon Award by the Royal Society of Chemistry, UK, member of Hong Kong Academy of Sciences, as well as Fellow of the Institute of Mathematical Statistics. Okay, so there is also a very important science indicator. I'm not too sure how to pronounce that. That's the Clarivate.
Clarivate.
Clarivate Analytics and Essential Science Indicators 2020, okay, which we have 16.5% of professoriate staff are the world's top 1% highly cited researchers. With 16.5% is quite a huge figure. And we leading the 6 areas of excellence. We call it AOE projects. Okay, so we have attracted significant research funds from the Innovation and Technology Commission (ITC) in the hope to build a better Hong Kong. And the first one is the InnoHealth Hong Kong program with a funding of $502 million, $500 million, which is quite amazing. Which a 5-year program. And the other one is awarded to the chemistry with the Air Inno Hong Kong program with a funding of 305 million Hong Kong dollars, which is quite an achievement in terms of the amount of funding and the work to develop. And also we have accumulative numbers of Chinese Academy of Science academicians. It's a little bit difficult here. Academicians, okay? We have altogether 5 CAS, okay? And fellows of foreign academicians, we have also 5, which is quite a large number within our faculty. So we have a strong faculty. But in this Faculty of Science, we have 6 teaching departments or units. And we have the School of Biological Sciences, where Tim is from, and we have the Department of Chemistry, which is known to be a very, very strong department in Hong Kong. Then we have the Department of Earth Sciences, Department of Mathematics, Department of Physics, and the department where I'm from, the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science. And talking about the program, 6901, Bachelor of Science, there are several key features of our BSc program. And basically, our program is very simple and flexible with a single admission scheme. So 1 entry in application for a choice of 14 majors and 7 intensive majors. So in other words, that means sometimes you don't learn much about science in high school. Okay, you learn a little bit about physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology. But never mind, you can just come in and then shop around in the first year and take some introductory courses from each of the departments to decide which major that you are most interested in, okay? So that is the flexibility we offer in our program. And then, you know, even 1 year is not enough, okay? You can take the second year, but at least you need to have some ideas in mind by, you know, shortlist 1 or 2 majors that you will be focusing on. And then you can declare a major up to 2 years' time to choose a major, okay? So that's the flexibility we are offering. Okay, and for each of the major, there is no quota or GPA requirement. Okay, no quota or GPA requirement, even though your GPA is very, very low. And then the Department of Statistics and Actuarial Science will still welcome you. Okay, so to take a major in statistics or risk management. Okay, other than 1 major, you can also take 1 major, and you can also take a double major. Okay, 2 majors. Or you can have a major, minor, or even 1 major, 2 minors, okay? Now, student may take a second major or minor, or 2 minors in either a science or non-science disciplines. Some students, they take a second major in finance because Hong Kong is, you know, a city of, you know, people focus on finance a little bit more. And you can also take a second major or minor in music or even Buddhism, okay? So we offer flexibility to all the students. And also we have a very comprehensive academic advising system, okay? We have a one-on-one academic advice, and you will be assigned an academic mentor, not academic mentor, academic advisor. Okay, and more features. Okay, so we have more special features. We have the accreditation programs being accredited and being recognized by professional bodies, as well as we have the articulation pathway. And one special feature is the minor in science in entrepreneurship, which is a rising field in Hong Kong with with the opportunities in the Greater Bay Area. Okay, so let me talk about the accreditations first. Okay, and if you want to do a major in biology, okay, like intensive major in biological sciences, intensive major in ecology and biodiversity, and intensive major in molecular biology and biotechnology major, okay, you will gain additional recognition for skills and experience and learn the latest development in life science. And most importantly, your degree would be recognized by the Royal Society of Biology, okay? And also for the intensive chemistry major, final year students are qualified to apply for the Royal Society of Chemistry membership and authorized certificate to recognize students' achievement. And for those students majoring in environmental science, students who graduate on the HKIQEP accredited program will have a fast track to professional membership, only 5 years of work experience needed after the degree, and be exempted from certain portions of the professional assessment. And finally, for the intensive geology major, the qualification is recognized internationally and in Hong Kong, and with an accelerated route to achieve the professional qualifications. So these are some of the accredited programs from the degrees of our faculty. And for the articulation pathways, this is something interesting that that the Associate Dean of Teaching and Learning has been working very hard to promote and to establish this articulation pathway for our students. And the first one is to Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, DVM, at the University of Melbourne in Australia. And students will get 2 degrees from the 2 universities in as fast as 7 years, namely the Hong Kong UBSc degree and the Doctor of Veterinary Medicine in the University of Melbourne. And the eligibility is a successful completion of a minimum of 6 semesters and gaining 186 credits under the 6901 BSc program, okay? And the career path is, of course, you would be a veterinary doctor, which is currently not too many local trained veterinary doctor is available in Hong Kong, okay? So another articulation pathway is the direct admission to our taught postgraduate programs at the Hong Kong U Science, okay? So you spend 4 years in 6901, and then if you have a CGPA greater than 3.5 at graduation, with the fulfillment of respective admission requirements, so you would be eligible to direct admitted to our TPG program, the taught postgraduate program, to spend 1 year or 1.5 years, depending on which program you will be pursuing. So this is a full-time taught postgraduate programs at Hong Kong U, with a career path would be to prepare you to devote to industry or government labs, so that you don't have to shop around for looking for a master program. And finally, the minor in science entrepreneurship, which is quite new, and we put strong emphasis on practical experience, that is internship and capstone projects. And this minor in science entrepreneurship is co-taught by other faculties, such as Faculty of Business and Economics. Okay, And students would be, the mentoring will be offered to students by entrepreneurs or senior staff in industry or business. And new courses are tailor-made for this minor, and students taking this minor will join some entrepreneurship competition, and the winners would be funded by the angel funds or some other funding parties as well. Okay, so this entrepreneurship aims at broadening students' horizon in entrepreneurship and connecting academic knowledge with the real world and bringing huge insights via critical analysis of enterprises. And also we offer diverse learning experiences. We have the undergraduate research experiences. We offer worldwide exchange studies to students. We are committed to nurturing students as global citizens by overseas experience. So the worldwide exchange studies is strongly recommended. We also have overseas field trips depending on the major you have chosen, and we have internship as well. So you will have a very fruitful university life by joining the 6901. And I'm sure that Rupert will share his experience with us more, and also Lima will also share her university life and her overseas experience with us later. So, and finally, we have a very, very special feature of our program, which is what we call the YSS, the Young Scientist Scheme. And Young Scientist Scheme, we provide early research experiences for outstanding science students and preparing to turn them into brilliant scientists in the future. Okay, the Young Scientist Scheme, students in this scheme are guaranteed with the following. The first one is the Summer Research Fellowship, that they will be doing some research work with some esteemed professor at the University of Hong Kong, and also a further SRF, a further Summer Research Fellowship or Overseas Research Fellowship, ORF, that they will be doing some research with some prestigious overseas esteemed professors. And they will be going on exchange, international exchange, visiting or summer study, and they would have the opportunity to attend international scientific conferences. They will be assigned a research mentor and enrollment in Frontiers of Science honors seminars. They will receive some stipends for their research activities, as well as entrance scholarship. Well, the entrance scholarship will be considered case by case for non-JUPAS students. And for the Young Scientist Scheme, for the year one, the students will be guided by the research mentors during the Summer Research Fellowship. And in the second year, they will be doing a second Summer Research Fellowship or Overseas Research Fellowships. And in the third year, they will be joining some international exchange study, visiting, or summer study internationally or nationally. And in the fourth year, they will carry out a final year project, and then based on the project, they will attend international conference or Frontiers of Science honors seminar. So we offer a very comprehensive training, trying to turn a brilliant student to young scientists through the scheme. And YSS participants are guaranteed to go on exchange, guaranteed, okay, visiting or summer study in a top university. For example, University of Chicago, Yale, Columbia, UC Berkeley, Johns Hopkins, Imperial College London, University of Cambridge. Talk a little bit more about University of Cambridge, and Stanford University, and there's one I cannot see. Okay, about the University of Cambridge. Okay, and Young Scientist Scheme participants will engage in poster presentation and research colloquium to showcase their research. and how to join the Young Scientist scheme, okay, either through JUPAS or non-JUPAS. In 2021, 46 students were admitted to the Young Scientist schemes, okay, which is quite a large number. And for those through JUPAS, 6901 students through DSE, with a total score of Best 5 HKDSE, Category A subjects, with a score greater than or equal to 35, okay, then they would be automatically classified into the Young Scientist scheme. And also the 6688, the Science Master Class students will also be automatically accepted to the Young Scientist scheme, where no interview is necessary, okay? Greater than or equal to 35, you will have to refer to our conversion formula, okay? Where 5 star corresponds to 8.5, and a 5 star corresponds to 7, and a 5 corresponds to 5.5, okay? Oh, sorry, for the non-JUPAS, the selected non-JUPAS applicants will be invited to enroll in the YSS. And also, even though you may not get such a high score during the DSE examination, because some students they have public examination phobia. They are very talented, but they may not perform well in public examination. You will also have a second chance. Now, 6901 BSc students not admitted to the Young Scientist scheme on entry, but show excellent talent afterwards, would still have a second chance to enroll in YSS at a later stage. And they will also be competing for the Summer Research Fellowship, Overseas Research Fellowship, and or International Exchange during their study. And we also have a Hong Kong U Cambridge track. But at Cambridge, I'm a little bit afraid of Cambridge, because I will be given a place in Cambridge in about 10 years' time. But the Cambridge is the Cambridge Elderly Home in Hong Kong, but not the Cambridge University. So I'll pass the time to Tim to talk about this Cambridge track.
Thanks. All right, yeah, happy to talk about the Cambridge track. So this is an exciting, relatively new program within the science faculty. Basically, it's an opportunity to spend 2 years at Hong Kong U, and also either 2 or 3 years at Cambridge. And the consequence of that is actually 4 degrees, or potentially 3 degrees, depending on whether you do the 2 or 3 years at Cambridge. So the track is that it's a joint recruitment scheme. So both Hong Kong U and Cambridge are selecting students to pursue studies at both Hong Kong U and Cambridge. This allows students to study abroad and, of course, experience Cambridge life and also Hong Kong U, and nurtures future science professionals and developing innovative solutions for global challenges. And we've already talked about the Young Scientist scheme, so that's also part of this as well. All right, so how to enroll in the Cambridge track? So JUPAS Band A applicants and selected non-JUPAS applicants are invited to indicate their interest in the Cambridge track. Those that are interested will undergo a selection process, including an admissions test and also an interview. And so basically you can see on the bottom there is sort of the timeline. There's an admissions test and interview in the first year, year 1, and that interview is conducted by Cambridge faculty members. At that point, a conditional offer is provided if you make it that far. And then once you satisfy the requirements, you are provided a firm offer by the end of year 2, at which point you would then go and spend time in Cambridge. I want to talk a little bit about prospects for Faculty of Science graduates. You can see here some of the numbers. So about 60% of our graduates go off into commerce and industry. We have about 17% participating in community and social personal services. About 17% go on to other or potentially the same educational institutions. And about 5% enter civil service. You can see our monthly income as of 2019, science graduates, about $18,000. We have the #1 across all UGC-funded universities, the highest employment rate and average salary. And in terms of the global QS world rankings, we're about #9 in terms of employability. So you can see here just some of the logos of some of our faculty graduate, where they go and do employment. You can see Microsoft, L'Oreal, Hong Kong Jockey Club, PCCW, etc. So once you have the BSc degree, there are a lot of different directions you can take that degree. You can do further studies in business, computing, economics, engineering, or you can potentially continue on in the same field that you're at. There's really diverse options, and our graduates are doing a lot of different things with that degree and that fundamental foundation in science education. You can also see on the right just a list of some of the institutions where many of our graduates have ended up. Just looking at the admissions requirements a little bit in terms of JUPAS applicants, you can see here the minimum program entrance requirements. So for English language, that's level 3. For Chinese language, that's level 3. For mathematics, that's level 2. For liberal studies, that's level 2. And in terms of elective subjects, it's level 3 star. It's level 3. And then you can see that the elective subjects can be any category A and M1, M2, and among biology, chemistry, physics, combined science, or integrated science. And the selection principle is best 5. And you can see the different weightings for English language, mathematics, best science elective, and the best 2 of the remaining category A subjects /M1/M2. And for 2022, the expected JUPAS admission score is 32. That's actually the minimum expected JUPAS admission score. And you can see the DSC level score conversion, which is how we are calculating or using the formula to make the calculation in terms of the score. Now, we do offer science entrance scholarships, and that is based on the DSC examination results. And so you can see that if the higher the score is, then the higher the scholarship amount. And in terms of admissions requirements for non-JUPAS applicants, there are a variety of different ways that the admissions process works. So we do, of course, accept students with other qualifications, and we also accept applications from students who have completed the first year of ADHD programs or degree programs from other universities. Just for reference, for 2021 admissions statistics in terms of non-JUPAS, you can see here the GCE-AL and also the IB, the lowest admission scores for those different programs. This is the 22 admissions quota. So for JUPAS and local non-JUPAS, it's 305. We obviously can't cover everything in this short information session, but we do have everything online. So we very much welcome you to look at our website, try to get all the information you can from there. And if you have further questions, you can contact us by phone, email, social media, and just about everywhere else you can find us online. Thank you.
And most importantly, I think we have the post-information day face-to-face activities. For those who are really interested in our program and you wanted to learn more and you want to talk to us face-to-face, please join in our post-information day face-to-face activities on November the 13th. And I think we will also arrange some students to share their university life, study life, and their exchange experience with you on the post-information day face-to-face activities. We also have some science talks, demonstration, and tours to our labs and everything. Okay, so make sure that if you are really interested in our program, then make sure that you join us And detail and registration, you can take a look and maybe you can take a picture of that URL or the QR code to register in our post-information day face-to-face activities.
I'm going to be giving a talk on otters.
Otters.
So come see me. Yeah.
Do we have a live otters?
No live otters.
Okay, okay, that's a bit disappointing. Show them some snakes.
Yeah, snakes. Yeah.
Okay, so everything must be good from the teacher's perspective because we make a living here. So maybe you would like to hear some comments from our students, sharing from our students, and very happy that we have invited Mr. Rupert Kwan to do some sharing on his study. And Mr. Kwan is currently a second-year student majoring in physics or intensive major, majoring in physics. And he's joining our Cambridge track, and let's see his experience, his first year university life, even though basically there's no face-to-face interaction during your first year study. Okay, Mr. Kwan, please.
So thank you. And today I'm going to share my experience on the SRF and the Cambridge track. So maybe I can start with a very short introduction. So I'm a year 2 student, Bachelor of Science, and major in physics. I'm also a student in the Young Scientist scheme and also in the Hong Kong Cambridge track. And that's why I'm here to share my experience with you today. So let's start with the SRF, the Summer Research Fellowship first. So I'm studying in physics, and I did a Summer Research Fellowship in physics as well. And I believe many of you would say physics is very challenging, even in the secondary school level, because of the complicated concepts and advanced math needed. But that's partly why I like physics, because I'm more comfortable to work with math than to work with words. Moreover, in physics, we study things from all the scales, and they all give meanings to the otherwise abstract equations you see in the physics textbook. And that's why I'm fascinated by physics and decided to study and do research on it. So in my year 1 summer, I did a summer research fellowship about the active galactic nuclei in the universe, and in a research group supervised by Dr. Jeremy J.L. Lim. Although due to the COVID-19 situation, we can only work virtually online, but the students in the research group are all very helpful, and I have a fun and fruitful summer in my year 1. So what did I do in the research? The first part of my research is basically looking at the images and identifying some features from them. So this is quite labor-intensive, but any research will have some labor-intensive work anyways, to gather some data or to have some idea of what you are going to see afterwards. And then coding is also one of the major part of my research, because coding is important in basically every research area. Because coding can help you to deal with data and also to deal with the images more easily and save more of your time to work on other more important analysis or similar thing in the research. So I think coding is actually one of the most useful thing I learned in the summer research, and I have plenty of chance to practice my programming skills in the SRF. So with the program, we can make figures and also make the graphs for further analysis, but they are not our focus today. And these are most part of my research in the summer. But apart from that, we also need to read some papers and read some books to learn more about the research area. And Dr. Lim assigned us different papers to read, and we have to do presentations afterwards. So by reading at the papers and also doing some listening to others' presentations, I learned more about the active galactic nuclei and understand more of the underlying rationale of what I'm doing in the research. So my skills in reading the research papers and also doing some short presentations is also enhanced during the summer research fellowship. So while this is the first time I really do a research and supervised by a professor, in the beginning I'm not really know what to expect and what to experience or learn from the research. But eventually I have a enjoyable experience in my summer research fellowship. So looking back at the summer research fellowship, I learned really quite a lot of things. But the most important thing is probably not about the knowledge about the AGN, because I'm probably not going to use it very frequently after the research. Rather, instead of this, the most important thing I learned from the research is probably the skills that I can use for my future study and future career, such as the skills, the skill in reading papers, and presentation skills, and so on. So now let me say a few words on the Cambridge track. I'm in the first cohort of the Cambridge track when Hong Kong Youth Science just launched this scheme, and I'm already eager to participate in it because I'm interested in science and hope to pursue my future career in science as well. Also, the Cambridge track allows us to study abroad in UK for a longer time, for like 2 to 3 years, as you might have known. And moreover, Cambridge is a world-famous university, and it will be conducive to my future career if I get the degrees from both Hong Kong U and also from the Cambridge. In my Form 6, the preparation work I did before my DSE for the Cambridge track is probably just writing the personal statement, because you'll need the personal statement in applying to Cambridge and basically applying to any other foreign universities. But Cambridge is a bit different from other universities because they might want a more academic personal statement that show your academic potential in science. So afterwards, I focus in my DSE because you will need a good grade in the DSE afterwards to enroll in the Cambridge track. So after my DSE, I prepare for the Hong Kong U mathematics test, and also the Cambridge admission test, and also the interview after my DSE. So what I did is just learning back the things that I haven't learned before, and also doing some exercise and some past papers related to the test and interviews. So this is my presentation, my sharing today, and hopefully you find it useful, and thank you for listening.
Okay, thank you very much, Rupert. But can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
What kind of pictures were you looking at? That's the galaxy, or?
Yeah, that is an image of the galaxies. So I look at different galaxies and find some features in those galaxies.
Okay, so very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Rupert, and thanks for your sharing. And our next speaker is Ms. Lima Senthil Kumar. And Lima, you have already graduated majoring in Earth System Science, okay? And why don't you give yourself a brief introduction rather than, I...
Yes, sure. Thank you, Dr. Lam.
Thank you.
So, my name is Nima, and I'm a 2020 BSc graduate in Earth System Sciences. So today I'll be talking to you about my journey to and at HKU. So during my senior secondary, I realized my interest for earth sciences and decided to pursue it for my major. And browsing through the different science faculties available in Hong Kong, HKU Science particularly caught my attention for 3 reasons. First one was the ranking. So it's the top university locally, not only for my field, but as you could see, it has an excellent international ranking. And the second one was the then newly initiated YSS scheme, which guaranteed me a comprehensive range of experiences here at HKU. Finally, it was also the flexible choice of majors and minors. So, my interest did not lie solely in science, to business and even languages. So thanks to the central timetable system here at HKU, I could freely take classes from across the 7 faculties of the university. So during my study, I did different courses, from philosophy to finance and French, and I actually even did a minor in the last two. So in today's world, having an interdisciplinary mindset is a necessary skill, and I think HKU has helped nurture that in me. For example, in the SCNC 3111 Frontiers of Science Honor Seminar, it opened my eyes to the cutting-edge research topics available or happening across the science disciplines. And this really pushed me to think about how my research area could grow and benefit from collaborations with these other disciplines. But also, taking a politics and a CD course showed me a peek into the minds of policymakers. And this helped me understand the challenges behind translating research work into actual, perhaps, legislations, like in the case of climate change. But studying is not the only thing you're going to be doing here. I perhaps should be more careful to say that in front of professors.
I agree with you.
Yes, but I'm sure they would also agree that studying is but a portion of what HKU has to offer. It's your experiences here that will mold you as a person, and that was the case for me. I had the precious chance to do research both here and at Cambridge, to chair a student society, to go on exchange to France, and so much more. Through all these, I had the chance to interact with people from a variety of backgrounds, exchanging ideas and learning from them. This made my education more holistic. So, on a closing note, to all you interested students out there, I would highly recommend you to go talk to our current students, especially in the departments that you like. This way, you can know more about the exciting opportunities that await you here. So do grab the chance to go chat with them in the exhibitions hall virtually, or even better, in person on the 13th of November. So I wish you guys all the best and hope to see you on campus soon.
Okay, thank you very much, Nima. And now I think we have time to answer some questions, if we know how to answer them. Okay, so maybe you can send in your answers, your questions through the chat box, and hopefully, if at all possible, you can also type in your email, because sometimes we may not be answer your questions right away, or there would be too many questions. So if you leave your email address, we will answer through emails after this this talk. Okay, so for the first question from Lee Hoi Chuk, and hello, I want to ask about the Cambridge Track program. Since, as mentioned, if I'm enrolled into the program, I would only spend 2 years in Hong Kong for the whole BSc degree. Does that mean I will have to learn everything, but are supposed to be learned in 4 years original degree in just 2 years? And of course, that is not the case, okay? You will be taking 2 years as normal students, okay? Maybe a little bit, 1 or 2 courses more than others, because you might like to prepare yourself more during your study at Hong Kong, okay? But then you will finish the degree by taking courses at Cambridge University. So those courses will be transferred back to Hong Kong. The credits will be transferred back to Hong Kong. And that's the whole idea about the Cambridge track, that you spend 2 years in Hong Kong and 2 years in UK. And don't worry, you're not taking 4 years course load in just 2 years, okay? That's inhuman. Okay, another question addressed to Rupert is that, can you share your experience in preparing the Cambridge admission test?
Oh, okay. The Cambridge admission test actually will take place after you entering the Hong Kong U. So maybe you don't need to worry too much about this for now. But for my experience, preparing the Cambridge admission test, the best way to preparing is to do the past paper. You can find past papers of several years on the Cambridge Natural Science website, and you should also learn the thing that you haven't learned based on the curriculum of the test. So there are some area that you might not have learned in your DSE, but it will be tested in your in the Cambridge admission test.
Okay, and I think you should answer the coming up question is, what should we prepare now for the Cambridge program, like personal statement, or we can do that after admission to Hong Kong U?
Okay, for the personal statement, actually you can write it after your admission to Hong Kong U, because you need to submit it after you get into your year one. But I would suggest you write it earlier, because maybe you might want to find your secondary school teachers' help to make it more perfect, especially when you on the wordings or something like that. And also you might want to start preparing your start to join some more competitions if you're not in Form 6, of course, because Cambridge would like a more academic personal statement. So maybe if you're not in Form 6, of course, you might want to prepare yourself to have more experience in the academic area.
I think it's good to jot down some points time from time. You think of something, then you jot down the points, and then when you come to final prepare for the final statement, then you can somehow link up the points and to give a good summary.
Yeah, it would be easier to write like personal statement like that.
Yeah. Okay. So another question is M1, M2, the extended module, is a must subject. For the entrance requirement, no, this is not a must subject. Okay, but these subjects would be counted as a full elective for 6901, and I think it's something which is good to learn for science students. At least you know what is the meaning of rate of change of some chemical reaction, or like it's something very simple, just like the speed and the distance traveled, and which is almost a must in physics, right?
Yeah, in physics, you will encounter a lot of differentiation, integration, and all kinds of that, and those are the thing you need to learn in M1 and M2.
Yeah, if you want to do well in science, I think you can. It's good to learn calculus. Just a promotion, we have developed a Hong Kong U calculus app that you can download, which is free, and you can download the Hong Kong U calculus app to go through the videos and to have a taste of what calculus is if you're not taking M1 and M2. Okay. As time is running out, and I'm sorry that we cannot cater all questions, and participants can ask questions in virtual booth. And also, please make sure that you leave us with your email address. Sometimes, we need to find the information. Okay, some questions may not be that straightforward, that we may need to find some information, and then we will definitely answer your question by email. Okay? Okay, thank you very much. Do you have anything to? Okay. If not, then thank you very much, and hope to see you in September 2022. And more importantly, make sure that you register to our face-to-face information day on November the 13th. Okay. You want to show them the QR code one more time for those who are interested in, so that they can register. Okay, have your phone ready. Okay, here we are. Okay, it's on November the 13th. Okay, so make sure you register and to join the talks, the demonstration, as well as the tour to our labs. Okay, thank you very much, and see you on November the 13th. Thank you, bye-bye.
Is science for you? Students might ponder what they should study at university. What is the determining factor? Career prospect, professionalism, interest, or aspiration? Is science for you? Well, I'd say just follow your heart, follow your passions. Let's do a check and see if you have the traits of a science professional. Are you inquisitive? Are you good at logic and numbers? Do you want to understand the law of everything? Do you want to make the world a better place?